Welcome to Fun, Mentals, where you want to go and what you want to know to develop a playful mindset. I am your host, Baron von Merkba. Static in the attic. Ain't that a perfect phrase for the noise that sometimes buzzes in our heads? Here's how it usually builds up. We get up, do our thing, and generally go about our day. So far, so good. Yet throughout the day, we hear things that bug us from our friends, family, or coworkers. We make little mistakes or forget some little thing we were supposed to do. We get upset by something we see online. In other words, we behave like every other human on the planet. We have this low frequency of negative thoughts dialed into our brain, pretty much by default. It's just a part of life. And it's understandable why this is. We have to consider some pretty gnarly things, after all, to make sure we avoid an untimely end. Basic survival stuff, right? Don't get eaten by a bear or burn down the house. Got it. But as long as we maintain a reasonable balance of happy thoughts, the static doesn't get too loud. This got me to wondering how we all deal with our static in the attic, and if there's any way to keep it off the dial for good. I've heard and read so much about how to rid ourselves of our negative thinking and limiting beliefs. And I do think we need to be aware of what those are. Yet it seems more efficient to concentrate on how to generate more positive thoughts instead of on how to eliminate the negative ones. So don't effort to eliminate negative thoughts, effort to instill positive thoughts. Once you instill more positive thoughts, the static will decrease on its own. No extra effort required. And that's where fun comes in. You knew that was going to figure into this somewhere, didn't you? When you're having fun, when you're enjoying whatever it is you're doing, you can still produce negative thoughts. You just don't pay as much attention to them. Now, what if you're just in a mood? You know what I'm talking about. You're just feeling grouchy and you don't want to have fun or be happy. Well, just be in a mood for a bit and then get back to enjoying yourself. Don't try to snap yourself out of it. That's just resistance. That's about as effective as trying to eliminate negative thoughts. Simply keep reminding yourself of what you want to do more of, what brings joy into your life, and you will think that way more and more. Whenever you do get in a mood, you'll find yourself thinking about the fun stuff again quicker and quicker. And when your thoughts are more and more about what lights you up, that static gets dialed down real low. It's not gone, it's just harder to hear. The frequency gets weak. Now, if you want to call this reprogramming your brain or shifting your perspective or just dialing down the static in your attic, it works wonders. Your ability to have fun will rise dramatically. You'll still bump into walls, but the bruises will heal much faster. And you, my friend, will be more fun to be around. And we all need to work on that one. Sometimes I gotta stop and have it hit me again just how simple this all is. I'm not saying it can't be complicated to implement sometimes, but really, this ain't bottle rocket science. Be happier. If you aren't having more fun, figure out how to have more fun. This alone will have you thinking more fun thoughts. The rest of the nonsense we'll worry about will take care of itself. We need to be fun if we want to have fun. Seriously, how often do we spend some quality time in the attic thinking about the fun things we want to see in our future? I mean, really thinking and imagining it. It's even fun to do. Why isn't everybody doing this every day? I honestly don't know why. I suspect there's some reactive skepticism about the power of just thinking and imagining things. How can that possibly make that big a difference? It's a nice little law of attraction-y thing to do, but come on. It takes work and sacrifice to get what you want. It does take work, I'll give the skeptics that one. But sacrifice? No. Intending to have more fun, consciously choosing to enjoy yourself more, committing to simply be happy. This is the kind of work I don't mind doing. The only thing that gets sacrificed is our excuses for not being happy. Would you play a little game with me? For the rest of the week, would you spend 5 minutes each day doing a little thought exercise? Playing this game will give you some insights into the way you think. And it's fun. Here's how to play. Sit yourself down somewhere and write down something you really want to happen in the future. You're going to have several cracks at this throughout the week, so don't get yourself caught up in which thing to pick. If you're already going after some goals, you can write about those. Now, after you write it down, take another few minutes to just think about how much fun it would be to actually have what you wrote down. Don't think about how long it will take or how much you'll need to do. Concentrate only on how much cooler it will be, what it will look like, what it will feel like to have that thing in your life now. If your thoughts start to wander, pull them back and focus only on what it's like for realsies, having the thing you wrote down. Isn't this just visualizing? It's certainly very similar, but the intention for this game is just to practice generating fun thoughts on purpose. You aren't necessarily planning to pursue them, you're just playing with them. Okay? Think you can do that for the rest of the week? Write down something fun you really want, then think about what it's like to have it for 5 minutes. Why should you do this? Because it will give you some practice in being fun. Because if you ever do decide to pursue some dormant dream or a brand new one, this is a skill you will need to improve if you want to be effective at causing change. First we change us, then we start changing the world. When you are able to consciously think your own thoughts whenever you say, you won't even have to work at reducing the static in your attic, because you'll be able to dial it into your favorite stations all the time. Even if you've done stuff like this before, play this little game with me and tell me if you aren't happier by the end of the week. Now, go out and play.